Hello and welcome, everybody. Welcome to our Oracle Hour that we're doing every Wednesday. I love being here with you all, and I can see we already have people joining us. And thank you so much for those of you that are coming back every week, and for the new people that are joining us tonight. Welcome to Oracle Hour. It is my honor to offer this time with you so that we can connect to your loved ones. My intention is to offer guidance, intuitive guidance, and just help on your healing journey. The purpose of the Oracle Hour is for me to assist you in whatever way I can that allows you to heal and to grow spiritually. So the purpose of connecting with your guides and your loved ones is for you to receive the guidance that you need on your journey at this time. I do my very best to link in and to channel the messages that need to come through for you, that are appropriate for you at this time. And so, I work with everybody on a first come, first serve basis. So as I mentioned, I do my best to offer the guidance that is needed, that I feel is needed. So I honor my own process, and I honor your process wherever you are on your own healing journey. And so, there are times when we may have an attachment to certain messages. We want to hear something in particular. We want a particular answer, but sometimes what we want is not always what we need. Okay, so I really just want to make sure that I set the expectations, and I obviously set the tone for a profound healing experience for all of us, myself included. I receive so much when I'm offering this work to people. So just trust that whatever comes through may not always be what you want, but it is always what you need. That's how the spirit realm works. That's how your higher self is governing you and guiding you in your own life, whether you're tuned into it or not. And that's how intuition works. And so I find this very beneficial for me in my own life as well, is to just trust the messages I receive and to follow that intuition and allow it to guide me in whatever serves my highest and best good. Again, with no attachments to any particular outcome. We're just all here to receive guidance and to help us heal and grow. I'm very committed to helping people connect to their own intuition as well. So if you receive messages with me tonight, or if you haven't had a chance to connect with me yet, and you want to go deeper into your healing journey, whether that's spiritual guidance or an intuitive reading that you're looking for, or a mediumship session, or a combination of the two, the link to work with me is in the video. It's in the description of the video below. So you can always feel free to book with me one-on-one. You can fill out an application to work with me for a long-term container. You can also book a one-time reading for guidance on your journey and for a deeper connection, deeper conversation with your spirit guides, with your loved ones, your life purpose, what you're here to accomplish, what it is that you want to cultivate for yourself, what brings you the most joy. And these are questions that we have, in our healing journey that I'm happy to answer. So all those links are available below. And with that said, I welcome all of you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to I have a moderator. My dear friend Lacey is here moderating. So I'm going to let you, Lacey, post the first question so I can connect with the first person that's here. Okay, great. Hi, Terry. Thank you for joining me. My aunt passed away in 2018. Her name is Wendy. Are there any messages for me from her? Okay. Thank you for asking. I will see if I can connect with your aunt. Wendy. You were like a daughter to her. That's the first thing I hear. And I can see that you spent a lot of time with this aunt. I feel like she was very gentle. I feel her feminine energy, very sort of nurturing and mothering towards you. I see a woman who is dark-haired, and she's showing me. I see I feel like this is connected to Lacey. So please confirm if I'm accurate with this connection. I think this might be your aunt or your cousin. So the woman that I feel is, again, dark haired. She's slim. She is yeah, she's a natural caregiver, nurturer. I feel like she's, she's working. She's showing me like working in the kitchen, and I don't know if you're there with her working in the kitchen, but she is. She's showing me that she's working very hard, and that you are like a daughter to her. That's the first message I hear. And I can see that there are other children besides you. And she is, she has like this special attachment for you, this special fondness for you. And the other thing she's showing me as well is a yellow flower. It's a yellow flower. It looks almost like a daisy. And I feel like she's like handing it to you. Like she's showing me this image of her handing you this flower and saying, this is for you, or, and it looks like, that there is some type of yellow flower in your life. Okay, good. Thank you for confirming. So there's some type of yellow flowers in your life. When you look at these flowers, when you connect with them, okay, so when you look at these flowers and you connect with them, that's her presence is there, right? So she's basically saying to you that she loved you, like her own child, and that she wishes that she had spent more time with you, especially in your teenage years. I feel like there was some disconnection with her, and she's got a lot of regret around not being fully there for you during your teenage years. The message that's coming through, Terry, is to really. I feel like Wendy wants you to take care of your health. Like, I know that can sound a little bit generic, but there is. It seems like you have a bit of a health concern right now, and she's there with you, sort of, kind of guiding you. Without you realizing it, sort of guiding you on the path to wellness and health, and making some changes in your life. And so I feel like there's the message here is to, like, to trust the guidance that you feel from her. You can connect with her. Again, I'm seeing these yellow flowers, and allow for those messages to really reach you, to give yourself permission to receive her when you're with these flowers, when you're looking at these flowers. I don't know if this is something that's in your garden or if it's in your house, but when you're connecting with her, really think about some of the health concerns that you have, and you can ask her to support you through your process to healing your body. It seems like there's some health concerns in your life, and so that's what she wants for you, is to spend time on your healing journey. I think there's maybe, it feels like there's some changes you need to make health wise, and so the message is to go for that, and she's supporting you in your choice, and supporting you in your health and wellness. Please let me know if that was accurate, if that felt accurate. All feedback is good feedback, so I welcome it. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. Hi, Paula. My dad passed away 1 year ago, and yesterday, and I wondered if you have any messages for me. Okay, give me a second to just disconnect from Wendy. Okay, Paula. Thank you, Wendy. So, Paula, I have a gentleman here, and he is, uh, I can feel a lot of, sort of tension in the chest. And so, my sense is that he was, ill, quite ill before he passed. And I feel like I'm sort of seeing him as either he's in a hospital room, or he's in a hospice area, where a place where he's getting care. And I'm seeing that you're there with him, like, you're there with him. I feel like you tried to get there more often but couldn't, and maybe you might be dealing with some feelings of like you could have done more, or wish you had more time with him. There's some regret on your part. And the message that's very clear from your dad is that he really appreciated having you for the time that he did, and that he wishes that he could have. Yeah, I feel like it's either you missed out on some things or he missed out on some things. There was a sense that he wished he could have been there for you. um, Paula, there's like a special occasion or something big that happened in your life that he wasn't able to attend. And so, the message is that, he has regret around that, and that he's there with you in all the things that you do now. Like um, yeah, I feel like, I'm sensing like school or studying or something that you've been preoccupied with. And the it's taking up a lot of your life. And I'm seeing like he's like right there over your right shoulder, like making sure that you're feeling inspired and you have the courage to keep going. He wants you to keep going with whatever it is that you're pursuing right now. Like, he's really encouraging this path that you're on. Let me know if any of that rings true for you, if you can confirm any of that, if I have your dad. But this is the message I'm getting for you, is to keep doing what you're doing. Keep focusing on what you're developing for yourself in your life. And your dad wishes that he could be there to see you through it in person, but he's there with you in spirit. And I'll leave you with his love. Thank you, Paula. Yeah. Okay. Now, this is a huge regret for him. It's a very special occasion for you. So, but he wants you to know that he's not missing anything else. He's there with you in all things now. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Paula. Hi, Terry. My friend passed in 2019. Her name was Janet. Any messages for me from her? Okay, Terry, let me see if I can connect with your friend and for you again. I really feel like you've got a lot of grief. And so, there's a lot of like and I know that we had a message about a health concern earlier. So I think that this is connected to your grief. Whatever we don't resolve emotionally, our unresolved emotions usually tend to create physical symptoms, is what I'm trying to say. So, I hope that these messages are helpful. I'm going to see if I can connect to Janet and see what she has to say for you. And then hopefully this all makes sense. So I feel like, you two kind of partied a lot together. She, I feel like you had a long history together and a lot of good times. As she's showing me, like, the two of you sort of, I'm seeing this car, driving in this car together. And there's like a lot, sort of, it's kind of like after school or after college or something like that. Like, it almost seems like a road trip you took together. And she's showing me this, sort of bonding experience between the two of you. And Janet. I feel like Janet also passed away, before her time. You know, um, she didn't really. There we go. Sorry, pardon for the interruption. She didn't really have a. She didn't really live out her full life. She was. She died relatively young. I want to say almost 50s or something like that, 60s. And yeah, she was very ill. She did not take good care of herself, really that good care of herself physically. So again, that message is very clear to focus on your health and focus on, healing your body and healing your heart too. She wants you to know that your friendship meant so much to her. And, those times that you had together were very meaningful. I feel like you were very supportive of her as well. You were kind of like her confidant and her, oh, good. Thank you for confirming. You were kind of like her confidant, her go-to. You were like the person, you were like her go-to person. You were her person, and she acknowledges that, and she really, she really wants, she really wants you to know how much that meant to her and how much fun she had with you and how special you were to her, and to really prioritize your health as well. She was taken before her time, and that's something that she's also around you quite a bit. So I'll leave you with her love. She passed away in her sleep. Yeah. Good. Good. Thank you for confirming. I'll leave you with her love. Hi, Steffi. Welcome back. Hope your Mystic course is going well. It is. We had our first week last week. We have a nice, beautiful group of seers and mystics in our group, in our course. We will have another one soon. After this one is over, we'll be launching another mystic course. So thank you for asking. My question is, my daughter thinks I should do a podcast and curious if that feels right to you. I'd be an empty nester next year, and she feels it. I think, okay, so I love this question. This is a question about, who am I and why am I here? And so this is a beautiful question that, we can all ask ourselves. We all ask ourselves over and over again, whether we are conscious of it or not, on our healing journey. And, my first guidance would be, how does it feel in your body when you think about creating a podcast? Does it bring you joy? Does it feel like your body's leaning into it, like moving forward into it? Does it feel like, yes, I want a podcast. I want to share things with the world, right? Or does it just feel like you're trying to fill time because you're going to be an empty nester and you're looking for things to do, right? So again, you always want to look at your intention, right? Because most of the time, for those of us that are, aware of our own inner work, our own healing journey, we're making decisions. The distinction that I want you to be aware of is, are you making this choice from fear, or are you making it from love? Right? Is this something that's coming from like, I want to fill a void, or is it coming from, I really want this feels like it's going to bring me joy, right? So, I celebrate you, sharing your gifts with the world, being seen. If I tune into you psychically, Steffi, I feel like you really want to share more and to be more in this realm. I feel like that's a desire that you have. So I encourage you to follow your joy and to do it if it feels good, And here's the thing: you can try it out, and if you don't like it, you don't have to continue, right? That's the beautiful part of creating your own reality and manifesting your own life, is that we get to do the things that bring us joy, and then we get to shift when they stop, right? So if something changes. So my sense is that there you have a deep desire to develop yourself in this work, whether it's a facilitator or a healer, or whether it's teaching meditation, whatever your gifts are, and you feel like the next step for you is to share yourself publicly. I think that would be really, really, really good for you. Definitely, you have my blessing if it feels good in your body. I'll leave you with that. Okay, next question. Thank you. Hi, Jennifer. Do my guides have any further information for me about my birthmark on my foot? It's the number 21. You have a birthmark that says 21 on your foot. That's very cool. It's amazing. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can tune into your guides. This is an interesting question. Let's see if this is, first of all, if I have permission to ask and if this is helpful for you on your journey. So, the first sense I get is the birthmark on your foot is there to help you stay grounded. It's kind of like a symbol of, reminding you to sort of keep your feet on the ground. Keep your eyes on your feet. Essentially, as you're looking at your birthmark, you're learning to stay grounded, and you're giving yourself an opportunity to stay grounded as you tune into this mark on your foot. The number 21 is significant for you as far as age. And also, I feel like as far as creativity is concerned, the 21 is the number three. Number three is very artistic, very creative, very musical. So I think that number is also significant for you on your path. I think that something pivotal may have happened to you around that time in your life, around that age. And I also think that it has to do with sort of waking up some latent abilities, talents that you have that you're still developing. And the birthmark is there to remind you of, to stay grounded and, to remember these gifts, to remember that I feel, Jennifer, like you were born with some very special abilities, whether those are extrasensory abilities or artistic abilities. And so that's there to remind you to develop those gifts. I hope that feels resonant for you. Aw, thank you, Steffi. You're wonderful too. I appreciate you being here. Hi. My family have divided when it comes to inheritance. Oh, this is tough. Yeah. I would love to keep our parents' house for investment, but 3 siblings out of 6 want all houses to be sold. This has divided the family. Yeah, this is a very difficult situation. Yeah. I have a lot of empathy and compassion for you. Is there a question with regards to this scenario? Still filtering through all the gifts. Good. I would sit and meditate and ask your guides to show you. You have, definitely I really feel that with you, Jennifer. I know that's not your first time here, so I've tuned into your energy before. So, I remember feeling the artistic part and the extrasensory part as well. So keep developing that. Hi, Bo. Oh, hey, Canada. Oh. Hi, Marva. Oh my God. I love you. Thank you for being here. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Okay, Miss Micaiah. My ex-husband Oswald died October. Any messages for me from him? Okay. Here we go. This I can do. Oswald. I feel like it's interesting. I feel the presence of this gentleman, and I'm not sure if it's your husband. You can verify for me, but I feel the presence of this gentleman who is kind of cold. His disposition is a little bit cold and distant and very introverted. I'm really feeling his personality, like he wants to. He spends a lot of time alone. He's very focused on his own work, he's very contemplative in his own life. I don't want to say he's self-interested or self-involved. It's more like he's isolating himself. He just kind of prefers his own, to be alone. He is reclusive. That's the word I'm looking for. And I see like, yeah, I want to say, if this is your husband, which I believe it is, Miss McKay, I think that, he wants the messages. He wishes he had spent more time with you at home, appreciating you. He was not a man of many words. He didn't give a lot of compliments. I feel like this person is very stoic, very sort of cold, like I mentioned before. And I feel like he really just wants you to know that he saw how hard you worked. I can see you working very hard in the house, and, that you made a lot of sacrifices to be with this person, and that, you traveled together very far. I'm seeing like, almost like an immigration. He was a very cold person. He was very self-involved. Okay. I want to give you a context of compassion and empathy, right? Like, he seemed self-involved, but he was really reclusive. He was very contemplative and into his own world. And he knows that he came across as disconnected from you. And so, good. He didn't talk much. Yeah. So this is the man. And he's basically, he's telling me that he wishes that he gave you more compliments and appreciated you more and spend more time with you and spend more time connecting and acknowledging everything you did in the home. And, like I said, I feel like there's kind of like, I don't know if there was an immigration that took place or something like that, but there's this big travel together, and you made a lot of sacrifices to be in this, to be a wife and to be his wife. And he really just wants you to know that he sees you and that he appreciates you, and that, he all the things that he didn't say in life, he's saying now. He's saying, I love you and thank you for loving me. And oh, good. Good. So he's saying, that his focus should have been more on you and family. That's the thing about our loved ones that are departed, that are in the spirit realm. Once we transition, it's like, there's this very clear awareness that, none of this really matters. The things that we are driven by, and the things we're fighting for, the things we're being pulled towards, and, all of our resistances, it's just all part of the human experience. And life continues, right? As we see, life continues beyond the death, and there's this eternal stream of consciousness that we can tap into. I can tap into it. You can tap into it. You can all connect with your loved ones as well, just like I'm doing. And so, from this perspective, Miss McKay, he's saying like, none of this mattered, right? Like he's echoing that, and he's saying, he really wants to bring this message to the group tonight. So thank you for being here. And just letting you know that he appreciates you. Yay. Good. I'm so glad. Thank you for being open. You help the connection as well. Whoever's asking questions, the more open you are, if you come open and receptive and willing to receive, the more clear messages I'm able to give you. So thank you for confirming. Okay. I would love to know. What a lovely day. Hi. I think it's Nicole, right? You were here last week. I would love to know if Yoruba Pantheon is guiding me. They're an African. I've been told a female watching over me who's African. I believe she might be a deity from Pantheon. Thank you. This is an interesting question. Okay. So how did it feel in your body when you were told? This is always my first point of guidance, because you already know. Like, we all have access to our own inner knowing, to our own, higher self. So you already know in your body, right? Perfect. Okay, good. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. So if it feels good in your body, then that's a yes, right? That is a yes. There is, I can, when I tune into your energy, Nicole, I can feel that you have spirit guides, but I feel more like family members, like loved ones. And, let me just check on something because I actually feel the presence of a dog. I don't know if you had a dog when you were little, but I'm just going to go with it. Or there's a dog surrounding you somehow. But I feel like you have, many, many guides. And so if you ask this question and it feels good in your body and you trust it, and when you sit and meditate with it, it seems like it resonates for you, then good, very good. And then I would go with that. I would, and when you're sitting with this question, I want you to stay open, definitely meditate on it and stay open to, you know, to receiving messages from all of your guides. In fact, I would recommend when you meditate, you can set an intention to, I want to meet all of my spirit guides, And Akita, oh, there you go. That's your dog. Okay, good. This they showed up while I was grounding. Okay, good. So the dog is important for you. This is an important companion in your life, and the dog is actually helping you stay grounded and stay safe. The dog is actually feels like it's acting like a shepherd for your energy. So it's really important for you. And the other thing I feel around the dog too is that it's helping you maintain a structure for your life. They shook rattles over my hand like a purification. Oh, that's interesting. Cool. As long as it feels good and you feel safe when that's happening, then I'm, great, wonderful, and when you sit and meditate, again, ask spirit to show you. You want to develop a relationship with the spirit realm. Anybody can do this. You sit and meditate and develop a relationship with the spirit realm and say, show me who my guides are. Show me who is watching over me. Is there an entity? Does this entity have a name? Does this, is there something specific that I'm supposed to be learning and hearing from this person? Is there a specific guidance for me at this time? Okay. And remember, and I say this, just I do this before I do my sessions and before Oracle Hour, I just let go of any attachments and just allow the messages to come through. Okay. I hope that was helpful. Thank you, Nicole. Hi, Nicole. Hello, my mother and father have both passed. Do either of them have a message for me? My mother passed 5 years ago and my father 3 years ago. I saw my father passed. Okay, Nicole. I just really want to send you a lot of empathy and compassion for having lost both your parents. I am, for everyone who's lost a loved one, it can be very difficult. And I really feel the desire to connect with both of them. I actually feel that you were, I feel like you were closer to your dad, and maybe it was just towards the end of his life, but there's more of a bond between the two of you. So let me see if I can connect with both of them. I really feel like the dad is here and he's coming forward. And, I feel like mom is kind of, I know she passed away earlier on, but she's taking it sort of a step back. I feel like the connection with mom, before I move on to father, feels like there was some strain in it. And it feels like there was some, forgiveness that needed to take place between the two of you. Um, she's coming forward with an apology, like not being emotionally present or nurturing towards you, saying to me, yeah, I feel like mom was, um, yeah, okay, good. Um, were you close with your dad or your mom? Because they're both here. It's tough when there's more than one person, but I'll do my best to differentiate. Um, yeah, I just feel like your mom wants to say sorry and say like, um, she didn't give you fully what you needed. Oh, your dad. Yeah, okay. So your father and you had the closer bond. Okay. So mom wants to come and say sorry. I feel like she was up and down, like she's acknowledging that she was present and not present, almost like, I want to say almost like an unstable mood, and that's sort of how she's presenting. And she wants to acknowledge that this was hard on you and this was difficult to deal with, and that she wants to apologize for being, for being hard, for being cold, for being distant, and for not being present in your life. She's kind of like, she feels a little bit, she has a lot of pride. This lady has a lot of pride, and she wants to like, she's almost like, you know, concerned that you don't forgive her, or concerned that you're not fully, willing to receive her. And so I think it would be really good and healthy for you, Nicole, to, the next time you sit and meditate, and, you could just connect with her energy and just find the willingness in your heart to accept her apology. Just even right now, as you're listening to me, if you have the opportunity to just take a couple of deep belly breaths and just let her presence touch you and receive her. She wants your forgiveness. She wants you to know that she acknowledges that she was a tough mom. Good. Okay. Beautiful. And forgiveness is a gift to you. It liberates you. It frees you up from the limitations of living with a grudge. This is a very sort of low frequency state, and all of the pain that can cause in our life. So, she wants you to be free of that. And she wants to be free of that as well. And she wants you to let her into your life, because now that she's in the spirit realm, she's around. I see butterflies around you. So I'm seeing a monarch butterfly. I don't know if that's meaningful to you, but she's showing me that. And so, that's your mom, showing you that she's transformed, and you can too. Let me see if I got anything with your dad. I'm going to leave you with her love and see if dad wants to say anything so we can move on. Dad really appreciates you, and he sees that, I feel like your dad held on as long as he could, to not, with the awareness that you were going to be alone. I feel like he held on. What is he showing me? I am seeing a man sitting in a chair very similar to mine, different color. It's kind of like an old chair, and he's sitting with his books, and he's kind of looking out the window. He's reading a lot. He loves to read. And he feel like he was, you know, he really relied on you too, and you were there for him. So he acknowledges that, um, you were kind of like daddy's girl, and so he acknowledges that. And he, I feel like, he tried to comfort you, in the ways that he could. He was kind of limited in his capacity, but he tried to comfort you, and he tried to, um, so I'm seeing this like little medallion. Yeah. I mean, he's acknowledging that you were there and that you took care of him and you stayed by him. And that, he also acknowledges that it was difficult for you to obviously to witness his passing, but that it brought him a lot of comfort, and he's showing me this little medallion. It's kind of like a little gold medallion. I don't know if it was a medal that you got or a medal that he has from a time in his life, and that it's yours. He wants you to have it. He wants you to hold on to it and remember him by it. Look for it in his things. This is how you can connect to your father. Yeah, he's, yeah. I feel like the message from your dad too is to like, and I feel like he's saying something about your current living situation. So he feels a bit concerned about your current living situation. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Yeah, good. You're welcome. You're welcome. You did right by him, and he sees you and he appreciates you. And he felt it. It was tough with your mom. So, in the end, when it was just the two of you, you had more time to bond. Good. I'm glad it makes sense. Let me know if you find the gold medallion. You can leave it in the comments. Blessings to you. I leave you with his love. Hey! Hi, Jonathan. Feels weird being on here without you. Thank you for joining me. Good. Thank you, Nicole. Good. Cool. All right. Who's next? Are we going to be able to keep the houses? I don't know if I think I feel guided to tell you to trust what is unfolding. Okay. So just, I would, I think it's best to let go and not try to control the process or hold on to things. I can't really say what you should or shouldn't do because it's not my job. I don't have that kind of authority in your life. But I can tell you that, to take the path of least resistance, right? Don't fight what's happening and just trust the process. Sometimes unfortunate things happen and we think they're awful, we think they're bad or painful, but they're actually, they're actually there to serve our highest and best good. They're actually there to teach us a lesson, to expand our capacity, and to let go. And I want to say to you, Miss Makea, if I may, with your permission, I hope you receive this with love. I think that the family dissolving is not such a bad thing, because there's a lot of toxic relationships here and unhealed family dynamics. So you getting some space from everybody would be really good for you. Okay. I'll leave you with that. Thank you. Hey. Hi, Josh. I think this is Josh. Hi, Sabrina. I was curious to see who my closest spirit guides are or ancestors are. This is an interesting question because they don't really operate in proximity. There's kind of like your go-tos, like the ones that you sort of are more tuned into or tune into more often, I should say. But everybody is all around all the time. We are surrounded by universal intelligence, and we're able to tap into universal intelligence with our willingness to connect and to relax and to give ourselves permission to receive guidance. The best way for you to find out, and I can help you with this. So let me just make sure I have permission to answer this question. Something I want to say that the letter M for sure. It's coming out like more or morph or something like I'm hearing this word, which is interesting when I tune into universal intelligence on your behalf. And it can be a guide with the letter M. And it feels like I'm going to stay with this one particular guide because it's interesting. This is like, it feels Native American, you know? So I don't know if you're connected to like Native American culture. Like it feels very tribal. So I would start with that track and meditate on it and see what comes through. Look up MOR or yes, it's Josh. Thank you. Okay, good. Hi, Josh. I love that you're here. Yeah, so I feel like there's like again, I'm feeling Native American vibes around you. And it could be an ancestor with more, or maybe it was like Morris or something like that. There is an M letter, M word in your ancestry that I feel is like really connected to you. That's there for you all the time. If any of this resonates, please confirm. Any feedback is good feedback. Yeah. Let me see if I feel anything else on your behalf, Josh. I've been drawn to travel recently. Appreciate you. Okay, good. Yeah. I really feel this tribal energy. Like it's like it's actually not in the United States. So there is something for you. I feel like there's something for you. Like there's travel involved, and it takes you back to maybe a previous life or a previous experience or an experience that you're meant to go and revisit that will take you back into your own ancestry. And so I would check on like, you know, South American culture, you know, tribal things. I would follow that track and meditate on it and come back and let me know if you found anything that you feel personally connected to. Thanks for your question. Okay. 548. Okay. Hi, Jamie. How will my ultrasound and x-rays go? Okay, Jamie, I am not a medical professional. As much as I would love to offer you reassurance and guidance and, you know, give you predictions, I'm not here to make predictions. I'm here to offer advice and guidance on your healing journey. So I will decline this question with love and respect. What I will say, Jamie, is your belief system influences every cell in your body. So I want you to start to really visualize yourself feeling healthy and vibrant. You can use affirmations, you know, as you're meditating. There's a wonderful program that I use called Think Up. It's a great app. You can download it on your phone and you can put in affirmations to program your subconscious mind. Listen to it when you're in theta wave brain state. That is a state that we go into just before we drift off to sleep. Listen to it every night and start putting, you know, I'm in perfect health. Every cell in my body is returning back to its natural state of wellness. You know, I want to offer you reassurance insurance. I feel like it's more on the, it's going to be okay, but I don't want to give medical advice. So, but I do want you to take personal responsibility for your belief system. When we give in to fear and, pending doom, what we hold in mind. Hey, thanks, Jonathan. What we hold in mind tends to manifest. So really give yourself permission to change your beliefs around what's happening in your body, and trust that the way that you talk to yourself, consciously and unconsciously, will have an impact on your cells, and you can actually change the condition of your health by employing some of these practices. Okay, so I hope that's helpful, and I'd love to hear how it turns out for you. Okay, I'll take one more question. Hi, Angela. I would like to know if an old friend of mine who passed 20 years has any messages for me. His name is Bob or Robert. Okay, let me see if I can connect with him. So I feel like I want to acknowledge that you were a really good friend to him. He wants to acknowledge that you were a really good friend and that your friendship meant so much to him. And that, this is a very, very tall man, very big man, very large man. I'm seeing a very big presence, and I feel like this was a big, he was not just big physically, but he was kind of larger than life in life. And he was kind of like, very prominent, very, I think I'm linking in to you, Angela, and I feel like I have a better understanding of who this is. So this is a bit, like I said, a big guy, big heart, and he wants to say, I'm asking him for a specific message for you. Please confirm if I have the right person. Big, tall guy, handsome, but also like very troubled, very sort of emotionally, lots of inner emotional turmoil. Okay, good. Thank you for confirming that. I feel like this person made a lot of mistakes. What he wants to say to you is that he should have listened to you. There's some advice that you gave him at some point. There was a point when you were working together, or there was something that he was working on that he was talking to you about, and that he should have listened to you because you were right about, it has something to do with property. Does this make sense, Angela? So you were correct about this one thing, and he wishes he had listened to you. What does he want to say? So I feel like there's a lot of dinners that you're sharing with this person, and lots of deep talks. I feel like he really relied on your intelligence. He saw you as a very intelligent person, very talented person, very up and coming person. And he also wants to say something else that's interesting. And let me know if this resonates for you. He wants to say that you were not treated properly in some way or fashion in some thing that he was involved in. It was like some kind of work situation. Again, it feels like a work situation, a professional environment where you were not one of 5 confidence that he had. Okay, well, he acknowledges how important your role was in his life. You were not treated properly in some type of work situation. You kind of got shortchanged for your ideas. It's like shortchanged for your ideas, shortchanged for whatever it is that you were offering. You didn't get the credit that you deserved in this situation. So he's really loud and boisterous and vocal. Okay, there you go. So he is saying that were not treated fairly, and you didn't get the credit that you deserved. And it was, there was a lot of, it feels really bad about it. He acknowledges that he didn't stick up for you. He didn't want to make waves. He didn't want to disrupt things too much, and he just kind of let it go. And then kept you around as a friend, and he wants to acknowledge your generosity in the fact that you stayed around and stuck around in friendship, even though the work relationship didn't go well. Does he have a message about my work life today? I want to say he's super impressed with where you are in your life and what you've accomplished. And he wants you to move on. I hear it very loud and clear, like move on to bigger things. It's time for you to move on to bigger things. And, I say this with love and respect. And yeah, his messages to, it's a move. I don't know if that's a physical location or just moving on. Are there bigger things waiting? I would say yes. I would say yes. I would say, Angela, if you desire bigger things, and if you truly want bigger things, and you have the capacity to hold the frequency, anything we want in our lives is we can manifest if we're able to hold the frequency for it, with integrity. If you embody this identity of someone who's doing bigger things and creating bigger things, you're going to manifest them. And you have his support and you have his guidance. He's helping you. I feel like I don't know why I'm saying a Mont Blanc pen. I don't know if this makes sense to you, but he's saying something about a Mont Blanc pen. I don't know if it's his pen or your pen or a pen that you have, but he's with you when you're signing things or doing things. Like he's around as one of your spirit guides. So he's around you. So lean into him. And so good. Oh my God. I love oh my gods. I love them. Good. It's cool for me too. So, he's there, lean into him. He's got a lot of tremendous business sense, even though he acknowledges he made a lot of mistakes, but he's, I feel like he's sober where he is now. He's lucid. Okay, good. He would want me to, does he want me to say anything to his son, Greg? Let's see what he's got for his son, Greg. Oh. The first thing, it's funny because I feel a lot of sarcasm and humor coming from this Bob person. And I feel like, he would say something like, I'm something like, I'm so glad you didn't turn out like me, or like, I'm so glad you're a much better man than I was, is something that he would say to his son. This is like his voice and how he would talk, it's hard for him to, it's hard for him to be vulnerable. It's hard for him to be, he's really, really welled up about, leaving his son behind. And he wants his son to know that he's there with him as well, and that he hasn't abandoned him, and that he's very proud of how he's turned out. I feel like this Greg person is like a super straight and narrow, capable young man. And yes, he's at peace. Yes, they are at peace. All of them are at peace. He is at peace. He's at peace, and he's around. He hasn't left you or his children. Greg in particular, I feel like he's around him quite a bit. In fact, there's a watch. You can verify this with Greg and come back and leave a comment. Let me know. There's a watch that Greg has that he got from his dad. So he's always feels him when he wears it. You're welcome. Thank you for asking. Thank you for being here. Oh my goodness. Hi, Diane. I love you too. Even just hearing you share messages about others and their loved ones makes me emotional. So thank you so much, Bo. You make me cry. Thank you, Jonathan. I love you guys so much. It is 6:00. I don't know where the time flies. I love Oracle Hour. It brings me so much joy to serve you in this way, to connect you with your loved ones, to offer spirit messages, to offer guidance on your spiritual path, on your healing journey. Whatever comes through me is meant for you, and wherever you are in your phase of development. We're all in this human experiment together. And so if I can offer some light and some healing and some reassurance and some guidance along the way, it's my honor to do so. If you want to go deeper with me in an individual session, the link to book with me is below. If you want to apply to work with me for a long-term coaching container, I'm happy to guide you there as well. The link for that is also below. The Way of the Mystic is closed. We have a full class now, but we will be launching that group class again in the near future. We'll keep you posted. Thank you, everyone, for joining me here tonight. I love you all. I leave you with all of my blessings, and go meditate and go connect with your own loved ones. Go ask for your own spirit evidence, and come back and join me next week at 5 p.m. Pacific every Wednesday for Oracle Hour. I'll see you soon.